Adam Schnelting or Matt Williams? Who's going to fight for public safety and the Second Amendment in St. Charles County? Hey guys, Aaron Dorr here with the Missouri Firearms Coalition. If you're a gun owner in Senate District number 23, take a moment to watch this brief video as we break down these two candidates when it comes to your right to keep and bear arms. Guys, with Kamala Harris at the top of the ticket, and with her expressing such open hatred of gun owners and the Second Amendment, it is critical that all of us who care about freedom make our voices heard on Tuesday, November 5. In this video, we'll not tell you who to vote for. We can't do that. We will, however, give you the facts you have to make a more informed decision. Now, maybe you're watching this and saying, you know, I'm not a gun owner. Or I'm a gun owner, but I don't carry concealed, or I like to go hunting, but I don't care about the political side of all this. Why should I care about this issue and watch this video? I'm going to tell you why. Gun rights, back in the day, you might have made the argument was somewhat academic, it was somewhat esoteric. There wasn't a very everyday implication attached to it in some people's minds. That's all changed now. That's all changed now. As our society degrades, as crime skyrockets, as Blue County prosecutors don't want to put bad guys in prison, a lot of people are realizing that if we don't maintain our right to keep and bear arms, we're going to see society crumble even further. Look across the river into Illinois and you can see the ramifications of gun control left unchecked. That's why you should care about this race and care about this issue, even if you're not the kind of person who carries a Glock 19 in their hip every single day. So in this video, we're going to begin with Matt Williams. He is the challenger in the situation versus Adam Schnelting. And Matt Williams, if you forget everything else I say, if you forget everything else in this video, remember this one thing. Matt Williams is supported by Michael Bloomberg via his organization, Moms Demand Action. So the kind of candidate that gets the endorsement of Moms Demand Action, which is, again, Michael Bloomberg, has to support the entire leftist gun control agenda. And it's not like Matt Williams is hiding this. He's bragging about this right on his website. You see, again, with Kamala Harris's open hatred, it's spawning other candidates down ballot to express that same hatred very publicly. And so what that means for us here in Missouri is that Matt Williams backs their entire platform of gun control, including red flag gun seizures. You've probably heard about this. Someone doesn't like you. Maybe it's an ex-spouse. Maybe it's a liberal neighbor. Maybe it's a jealous coworker, whatever. They call you in. They tell the cops you could be dangerous. The cops tell the judge he could be dangerous. The judge signs the order. Your guns are gone. And guess what? You've never been charged with a crime, let alone convicted of a crime. The idea of being innocent until proven guilty is dead under a red flag gun seizure law. That's what Matt Williams wants. He will let liberals who do not like your freedom call you in and say you're dangerous and ruin your lives, even though there's no evidence you did anything wrong at all. That's what a red flag law is, and Matt Williams supports that. Matt Williams supports a magazine ban. Magazine limits only impact one entity, law-abiding Missourians. If we tell Missourians you can only have 10 rounds, or 12 rounds, or 7 rounds, that only means that you and I have that much less ability to defend our families. Criminals don't abide by this. Now, on the left, whether it's Joe Biden or Kamala Harris says, well, how many rounds do you need? That's a damn good question. How many rounds do I need? I don't know. Is my wife being attacked by one individual person in the parking lot, or is there a group of thugs trying to attack us in downtown St. Louis? I have no idea. But more importantly, it's not the government's job, and it's not Matt Williams' job to tell you how much rounds of ammo you can carry to defend your family. Number 3, waiting periods. Matt Williams totally on board with waiting periods. And the thing about waiting periods, it's kind of like magazine limits. It only impacts good people. It only tells innocent, law-abiding Missourians, oh, you want to have a gun? You want to have the right to defend yourself against criminals who are already armed because they're criminals? Yeah, you can't do that. And there are horrible, horrible cases of women in particular being murdered by people in their lives because they were waiting for permission in blue states to buy a gun. That's the agenda that Matt Williams is on board with here in Missouri. He supports making it a criminal offense to buy and sell private firearms. Right now in Missouri, if you want to buy a firearm from your buddy, from your neighbor, from someone who you do not know to be a criminal, it's 100% legal to have a private party exchange. The left hates that because they want you and me and all of us in a database. They want to know which people have guns. They want to know what kind of guns you have. They want it all in a database, which of course goes up to the federal government, and that's how they want to treat all of us, like a convicted sex offender in a database. Of course, we don't like databases because we don't want the government to know what kind of firearms we have. So guys, on every single issue you care to think about, Matt Williams supports the Bloomberg agenda. And it's not just the bills he supports. There's a whole list of things they want to repeal here in Missouri. They want to repeal constitutional carry. They want to repeal stand your ground law, and the list goes on from there. So when it comes to gun rights, when it comes to public safety, when it comes to basic freedom, Matt Williams is a radical leftist who supports the entire Harris-Bloomberg gun control agenda. Now, with Adam Schnelting, pretty much, if you want to cut to the chase, he's the exact opposite of Matt Williams. He's been in Jeff City for a very long time, so he has a record to back up his rhetoric when it comes to the Second Amendment. The quick version here is that Adam has surveyed 100% pro-gun with the Missouri Firearms Coalition. You can see his survey on our website right now. But more important than his words have been his deeds. For years now in Jeff City, Adam's been the lead sponsor on bills to get rid of deadly gun-free zones. Like waiting periods, like magazine limits, so-called gun-free zones only aid the bad guys, and everybody with a brain knows that. Adam's been pushing for that bill to repeal those here in Missouri for a long time. A proud co-sponsor of enhanced Stand Your Ground law. Williams wants to repeal Stand Your Ground law, but Schnelting realizes that here in Missouri, while we do have Stand Your Ground law, it's a little bit weak because in Missouri right now, if you use your firearm in a self-defense situation, in the eyes of the law in Missouri, you're presumed guilty. In other states, though, dozens of states, in the eyes of the law, if you use your firearm, you're presumed innocent, and the government has to prove your guilt. And that distinction might sound like a small thing, but it's not. And having that burden, that presumption of innocence flipped to support gun owners in Missouri is a huge issue that Adam Schnelting agrees with. He's also on board with our effort to ban red flag gun seizures. He co-sponsored that bill last year in Jeff City. Again, red flag laws are terrible. We discussed that when it comes to Matt Williams, but other red states have banned red flag laws. They've said, hey, if you want to take someone's guns, there better be a felony conviction in a court of law. That's the threshold to take away someone's firearms. Other places have done that. Missouri can too. Adam Schnelting agrees. He's co-sponsored that bill. And all of the gun control agenda items we talked about, whether it's a ban on AR-15s or magazines or waiting periods or more gun-free zones, the entire gun control agenda, Schnelting is opposed to. You can see it again on his candidate survey. So guys, if you see Adam Schnelting out, be sure and thank him for supporting your gun rights and thank him for leading in the fight for gun rights in Jeff City for a very long time. And if you see Matt Williams, I'd ask him, do you have any idea what your policies will enable? Do you want to see violent crime explode more in Missouri? Do you want to take away my ability to defend my freedom? Guys, ask him the question because that's exactly what his policies will lead to here in Missouri. Do not forget, get out there and vote November 5. Grab your friends, your gun owners, all your buddies who care about gun rights. Get them out. Go out there and vote to defend our freedom on Tuesday, November 5. Thanks, guys.